I'm about to teach you the most powerful way to sell AI solutions. My name's Yash, and I run an AI automation company called Pluto AI. We've been selling AI solutions for about a year and a half now, and we've generated more than $30,000 per month selling these solutions to businesses. And if you're just starting out, voice solutions are some of the best ways to make money using AI, and I'm going to show you exactly how to sell them. What makes this method so powerful is that you're literally calling up a business and waiting for them not to answer the phone. And every time they don't answer that phone, that's missed money. And that's what you're going to throw in their face to tell them, hey, look, you're missing out on money and I've got a solution that can help you recuperate all the stuff you're losing when you miss calls. So let's dive right into it. Also, if you want this document in front of me, just drop a comment sales and I'll send it right over to you. So here's my 7-step system to selling AI voice assistants. So here you can turn missed calls into undeniable proof and show business how much money they're actually losing every single day. So why are missed calls actually your secret selling weapon? So every single time a business misses a call, this is an AI automation business down to a plumbing business. It works for so many different types of businesses where leads call in, right? And normally between the times of like 5 p.m. all the way to 9 a.m. overnight, they normally don't pick up the phone. And this is lost money. Also, a lot of them take a lunch break if they're a small business. And this is when leads come in, especially for like a lawyer's firm, right? Say you're looking to buy a house. In the UK, we call up a lawyer. When we're looking to buy a house, they're called solicitors. And they miss out on so much money because they don't pick up the phone because they're too busy maybe doing their lawyering work or whatever they're doing, that they're missing out on these leads that they could be making more money off. And I found this crazy stat that 47% of small businesses miss their first call. This is like your ideal opening. You turn their blind spot into your advantage. So this is kind of like flipping the script on cold calling, right? The reason why it flips the script is because you're hoping they don't pick up. In cold calling, you're praying they do pick up so you can sell them the solution, right? But this is the complete opposite. You're hoping they don't pick up because you can call a random local business and, for example, if no one picks up, you can just email the owner saying, hey, that missed call that you literally just missed, that could have been a 5K job right there, and you just completely missed it. And what I recommend you do is you record their missed calls and their slow responses. So every single time you give them a ring and they don't pick up, you can attach that to an email that you're sending them or to a LinkedIn message that you're sending them. Or if you're calling them and they actually do pick up maybe the following day, you can say, hey, I tried calling you yesterday and you didn't pick up. You get leads through the phone, right? So if you get leads through the phone and you're not picking up, how many of these leads do you think call the next business in the local area? How many people do you think just look for another company? So we can avoid this from happening by implementing an AI voice system. The reason why we can do that is because a voice system doesn't sleep. It always picks up the phone immediately. So, you're not cold pitching, because cold pitching with no proof, like if you don't have the missed call, it's easy to ignore. People will just bury that. Why am I going to spend $4, $5, $6, $7, even $20,000 on an AI calling agent when, I don't know how much I'm losing when I'm missing calls? You use their own missed calls as undeniable proof of lost leads. You're literally weighing up the money that they're losing over the money that you're looking to charge. So that way it makes a logical idea in their brain that, I'm going to lose money by not implementing this solution. On top of that, they've missed a call and you can provide stats on what missed calls incur, right? So you can say small to medium businesses lose an estimated of £500 per month from unanswered calls. That's about like $700, roughly about £6,000 a year. In the UK alone, 47% of small businesses miss the first call. So if they miss 5 calls per week with an average job value of 2K, that's $24,000 lost every single year, which means you can go and charge like $10,000, $12,000, $15,000, right? And for them, that will still make sense because they're going to make that money back because the leads are going to be answered and they're going to be within their systems, right? Instead of just being a missed call and then getting hung up. One of the most important things you always got to do when you're pitching is make sure that you show the cost of your solution is far less than what they're going to stand to lose if they don't implement your solution. Vague benefits don't convince. Show hard numbers using their business and industry stats. And this is only one part of why an AI voice assistant is so powerful for a business. The second part is because of how fast and how quick you can get in contact with a lead as soon as they make an inquiry. Leads contacted within 5 minutes are 10 times more likely to convert. Contact within an hour, 7 times more likely. But the problem is, I remember the last time you've called an old school business like a solicitor's firm or, there's a bunch of other small like a electrician. How long do they actually take to pick up and how long do they actually take to get back to you. This really works for companies that are like in a local space, like lawyers, like dentists, like plumbers and electricians, because normally you look for a plumber or an electrician on your local, like on Google, right? And you find their phone number and you ring them. And if they don't pick up, then you go to the next one. And then you go to the next one, they're all in your local area because whatever they're selling is pretty much the same. So it works really well for businesses like that. So those are the businesses you should be targeting. Ones that require on local efforts where people just Google, find me a electrician in London, right? And then they go and call through all the electricians in London. It's the same way you should be doing that. So you can hammer home that you don't answer in 5 minutes, or if you don't get back to the lead in 5 minutes, they're just going to move on to the next local business and the next local business until they get the service that they want. And that means you're missing out on leads. Whereas if you could just book a consultation or book or schedule a visitation at a certain hour using an AI tool, then you're way more likely to convert more and more leads. And one of the most important things is to make sure that you actually get to the business owner at the end. So you can ring them and the call could, be missed, but then you've still got to get in contact with the business owner, right? And this is the most important part. So you've got your evidence and you've got everything in hand. Now you need a script. So what you need to do is you need to call the owner and play their missed call. You play the voicemail and then you walk through what would happen to a customer journey, right? So you could say, hey, I called you and no one picked up, right? What do you think a customer would do next? And let them answer. Oh, I think either a customer would wait for us to respond or whatever, right? And then you can say, okay, do you not think a customer would go through on the next local business down the line on their Google search? Because you must be investing a lot of money into SEO and other marketing techniques. But if no one's picking up when, you've ranked so highly, what's the point? So no urgency, no sale. This will create an instant urgency and gets their attention because you're showing that they're missing out on all this money. So this just hammers down on my next point that, every single callback reduces customer satisfaction by 15%. So, to keep customers happy, always have an AI assistant there ready to pick up the phone. And okay, great. So you might have sold them on the solution, but they might say, can you actually build me a solution that actually fixes the problem? You've highlighted the problem, you've pressed their pain points, and they understand, right, that this is a real problem within their business. They are missing out on all this money and all these leads, but can you actually get these leads to get converted into customers or any closer than what they are right now? And this is where you need to already have a really strong AI voice agent in your back pocket with a demo. So if you're new to this business, you need to create a demo for a random company, right? So you just find one online and you create a really good, really powerful AI voice system. This might take you a week or two if you're inexperienced in building AI solutions, maybe even up to a month, but make sure you have a really good one in your back pocket. Then ask the person, okay, you can call this number right now, live. And what I'm supposing to implement for you, just ring this number and you can talk to the AI assistant right now. Obviously, it's not tuned to your business, but it is tuned to this other business here. And this is exactly what it would look like. Then if they can go and play around with the free AI voice demo, they can understand the value it brings, right? Because you and I know the product is good. AI voice assistants help out so much in converting leads and making sure speed to lead is great. And also the conversations and flows are much better because AI has progressed a lot. But you also have to understand most business owners don't understand AI like you and I do, because you and I breathe AI because we're trying to build businesses and we do build our businesses around this tool, right? But most business owners don't understand this. So you have to show them the power of what the capability of AI is. And from there, with the free voice demo, they'll feel much more confident in purchasing your solution. Again, push on the cost of doing nothing. Are you okay with losing 5 to 10K per month, or should we fix it in 48 hours? No clear call to action, no deal. Make the choice obvious. Put urgency and a simple solution. Now, there are so many different AI voice solutions, right? One of them is called Retail AI. So if I scroll down and find retailai.com, and over here, you can resell these solutions. So how you would structure your business is like this. So you'd sell for an implementation, which is where you'd customize some of the voice solutions that you existingly have to the customer's business, right? So you'd say if they're a gym, then you can customize it to that. If they're an electrician, you can customize it to that and implement whatever they want you to implement in that. For that, you can charge a flat fee. Normally, this is around anywhere between $4,000 all the way up to $15,000, depending on how complicated it is. But it's not done there, right? Option 2 is you can charge a monthly retainer off that to keep everything running. So you can build everything on your own system, such as on Retail or on Vappy.ai, which is also another amazing voice AI agent system. So then here you have a monthly retainer of like $300, $400, $200, depending on how much money they're losing and how big the business is. That's another way to charge. And lastly, the final way to make some extra money is on the minutes. So you can tell the client that every single minute you use, it's going to cost you like $5 or $10. So retail, for example, they charge around 7 cents per minute. So you can charge them 10 cents per minute and the extra 3 cents lands in your pocket because they have those options for retail. And you can do a really similar thing with Vappy.ai if that's what you prefer. So those are the 3 main ways you can make money selling AI voice solutions. The hard part is actually getting the clients on board, which is why I spent so long discussing exactly how to sell to them. Then once you've done that, you can build out the AI voice assistant, and pricing wise, you can do a front build cost, a monthly retainer, and also charge on the minutes. And here are some final tips and tricks you can also use in addition to what I'm teaching you here. So the first thing is you target local small to medium sized businesses first. These are the ones that have high competition, that are based in local areas where people normally type in X service in location, right? Those are the type of businesses that were most likely going to convert for you. The second way is you can also start to upload on social media. One of the ways you can do that is to show people how this method is working for you. If you do this, make sure you tag me in it just so I can see how you're getting along. And the third main thing is try a multi-channel approach when you're trying to show them that they've missed calls, right? So you message them on LinkedIn, you email them, you try and call them again, and make sure you get in contact with that business owner to show them how much money they're leaving, because that's the most powerful thing and that's the hardest bit. To show them and get in contact with them is really, really difficult. So having the right tools and infrastructure to do that is one of the most important things. And lastly, you can cross-sell other AI automations with this one. Most businesses have problems with, responding quickly to emails, or if they have Facebook ads, etc. Those are hard to, also respond to. So you can kind of cross-sell things if the opportunity arises, but this can definitely go as your agency grows. Initially focus on one thing, and I recommend voice AI solutions, and then go another step up from there for different other types of automation. So here is the definitive action plan. Pick 5 local businesses. Actually, probably pick a few more, maybe pick 100 when I think about it. Pick 100 local businesses. All record and quantify lost leads. So you want to call them, record the call, and make sure if they don't pick up, then that's great because you can use that as leverage. Then you show them that, they didn't pick up and offer a free AI voice demo where they can call this number and have a chat with them. Build trust with them on like a call, like an actual video call. Convert your first client. Once you have that, once you've converted your first client, you know what works, and scale. Instead of picking 100 local businesses and contact them over a week, try to contact 500, then 1,000, then 2,000, and just grow it out. Hire people to make these calls for you, get the call recording, hire them to send the messages for you, and convert and scale and scale and scale. That way is how you start to get to $15, $20, $30, $80,000 a month, is by scaling fast. So I hope this video was useful for you. I hope I gave you some really good actionable advice to start your AI automation voice agent business. If you enjoyed this video and you found it useful, please interact with it. It helps out a ton. Again, if you want this document over here, just drop a comment with the word sales and I'll send it right over to you. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.